begin?
Hey everyone, my name's Emily and I'm a student from Johnson & Wales University, and today we're going to talk about really simple, easy to do party appetizers. Who doesn't love to host a party? I mean, parties are fun, they always, right?
I got one every week.
See? This would be perfect for you. It's super fast and super easy, and guests will think that you're just like a culinary genius because you made it.
Ooh.
So,
I love
first,
those TV shows.
right?
Yeah.
TV shows are always great. So the first thing we're going to do, which I've already done, but I'll explain it to you, we're going to take some tuna. You don't have to use tuna. You can use any kind of meat or any kind of fish that you do have on hand. But I like tuna a lot. It has a lot of omega-3s and a lot of omega-6s, a lot of the healthy fats that you really need in your diet and your guests, I think, will really like. So the first thing I did was just cut them into bite-sized pieces. Now, you can see that they're not kind of all even. That's okay. If you want, you can make them all even, but I like going for the rustic party platter kind of a feel. So what I did was I just coated the top and the bottom with some poppy seeds. No salt, just some poppy seeds. You could use sesame seeds. You could use pepper and salt. It's really up to you and your preferences. But I think poppy seed goes well with what we're also going to do today. So, and then I just seared them on each side for like 2 minutes until they're nice and crispy. It is okay to leave the middle a little bit raw. Tuna is one of those great fish that you can eat raw or fully cooked. Another thing that I did was I already made a sauce. Now this sauce is just a mango sauce. I just pureed some mangoes with some Thai chilies. Done. And then I topped it with a little bit of mint. Really what we're really trying to do is reduce sodium. We have way too much salt and sodium in our diet. So everything that you'll see today has no salt in it, but tons of flavor. So the next thing we're going to do is make a really quick fruit salsa. Super easy to go also with the fish. So what I've already done is segment some oranges, and you can do that by just cutting the top of the orange off and the bottom of the orange off, and then taking off the skin. It's super easy. Next we're going to do is add some red onions. Now some people put their salsas in blenders, some people put them in food processors, but I like to just give them a nice rough chop because I like to see some rustic, you know. It makes you feel like somebody made that for you, you know. They put some time and some effort into it. Yeah, you know, you want somebody to make you feel special. You're coming over to their house, you know, you want to feel special.
Okay.
So, we're just going to put them into a bowl. Now, I only used probably about 1/4 of the onion because I don't want the red onion to overpower any of the other fruits or anything like that in it. So,
what can I use if I don't want to use onion?
you know, you can actually just take the onion out. You can substitute it for, you know, maybe another vegetable that you like. Like right now we're about to use some cucumbers. Normally people don't put cucumbers in their salsa, but I kind of like it. I think it adds a nice fresh flavor. Yeah. So I also like to leave the skin on the cucumbers. That's where a lot of the nutrition is and all the vitamins and minerals. Another thing is I'm using an English cucumber today because they have smaller seeds, and I think that that also adds a little bit of bite and juice to it. Does anybody have any questions so far?
So, do I have to make this in the summertime, or can I make it like at any time?
You know, I think that you can make it anytime. It might be hard to find like tomatoes in season or anything like that, but a good thing that you can use is use the canned diced tomatoes and maybe just drain some of the liquid out, and they would work out just fine. I would suggest getting the low sodium one though, just so that we can reduce the salt level. So, like I mentioned earlier, there is no salt in anything that we're doing today. We're just trying to keep it light and fresh. Any other questions? No? Okay. Well, so as you can see, I'm just quartering or cutting into 4 some grape tomatoes. I'm leaving the seeds in because 1, they're so small, and 2, it just kind of adds some liquid to the salsa, which is really nice, I think.
Can you use any tomato that you want?
Yes, Roma tomatoes are really good. I would take out the seeds though if I was using Roma tomatoes. Globe tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes are great because they're full of flavor, and plus a lot of the time you can get local heirloom tomatoes, which is really nice. So next up, I just have some cilantro. And like I said, using fresh herbs is a really good way to get all that nice flavor in. You could always use, you know, herbs from a jar if you can't get fresh, or maybe they just weren't looking that good in the grocery store. But you could also use mint and all kinds of herbs. You can also use basil in this salsa. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it does go with all the flavors that are in the bowl. And like I said, I would just do another rough chop just to make it look nice and even. All right. And then a trick to making sure that you get all the juice out of a lime is just kind of roll it on your cutting board. And if you have like frail wrists, or say that your hands are really hurting, maybe it's the winter time, your bones are kind of getting a little achy, another thing that you can do is pop it in the microwave for a few seconds, and it'll also loosen all the juices. Yeah, just don't put it in there for too long, or else your microwave might blow up and smell like lime for a while.
It'd be a party. Lime party.
So we're just gonna squeeze a little bit of lime juice, and the lime juice is also just adding some really fresh flavor in there, because you know, we don't want to add salt. Salt is good if you're gonna use it on meat and everything, but we don't really need salt that much in our diet. So I like to just use fresh flavors and lots of herbs. Okay, so we're just gonna give this a nice good toss. And like I said, you could easily do this right before a party, or you could also make it the day before and just wrap the salsa and put it in your fridge. That way all the flavors will meld and kind of marinate overnight. It'd be very good the next day also. So, and then what I like to do is just put a little bit right here, all the gorgeous colors. And that way, they can either eat it with those, or you could just put the bowl next to it. Another thing that you could do is you could either use your fingers, or you could just take little skewers or toothpicks and just put them in the tuna that way. So people can easily dip, or they can just put it on their plate and top it with some salsa. So,
What's that stuff in the bowl?
this is the mango puree that I was talking about.
What did you put in that?
It's just mangoes, one Thai chili, and then I topped it with a little bit of mint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just super easy. It's really bright flavors, and there's not too much heat because I only used one Thai chili. So it does make for a nice bright sauce.
Now are those from Thailand?
No, they're not.
Oh, okay.
Good question,
You
though.
can say they are.
Does anybody else have any other questions? All right. Well, thank you for coming to the demo today. My name's Emily, and I hope you enjoyed the easy party planning idea.
Ooh.
Party!